Ekonkar. According to monotheistic faith, Ekonkar translates into English saying, there is only one God. A narrow mind will say that this means that all other gods are not God and or not the one true God. This is true only when describing the self of you, the self who controls you and your destiny. In the Bible, this one God is called self control. It is the only one God who governs only self and no one else. Only one God. The depiction, definition, or perception of the quote, there is only one God, is like peeling back the layers of an onion. Another layer of there is only one God is that there is only God. This layer defines God as all, the I am, the omnipresent God who is present in all and having the experience of all. There is only God. This only one God includes all as the collective or as the one God body with many parts, but one God body, the collective. Ekunkar, which means there is one God, there is only one God, there is only God. No matter what body part we revere as God, for example, today or tomorrow or next year, you could be revering God as self. You could be revering God as your mother. You can be revering God as your father, your child, your manager at work, your husband, your wife, or even the stars, the universe, or the tree outside of your house. It could be that you revere God having the experience of the deities we learn about. These deities in the form of names like Jesus or Devi, Kalima, Buddha, Oshun, Elegua, or the seven African powers, right? The seven for me is or would be the seven African powers, right? For such a time as this, I revere all these parts of God's body in me, having my own human experience, and as the one God having the experience of all the universal elements, right? Some of these deities embody or resonate more with, the element of fire, or some of them the element of water. But these, when we revere or appreciate water and fire, our mother, our father, all these things, if we appreciate all these things, then we are appreciating God because God is all. If today I choose to revere only God depicted as or named Oshun, then to me that means that I revere only one God having her experience as self and also as all those and all that is God working all things together for my good and the highest good, keeping the balance of the universe with Ma'at, which is truth, justice, peace, and harmony within myself and the universe, who together we are one, the one and only God, who is all, the one God. There is only God. So it is. Omni Keys, the Oracle, has spoken, right? So the Mo mantra is E Kunkar Satanam Garata Puranirbo Nidavir, right? And that part means that there is only one God whose name is truth, who is creator, who is without fear, who is without hate, right? If we know these things, we meditate on these things as our mantras, we begin to train ourselves, or we begin to not really train ourselves, but we become who we are, right? Practice makes perfect, and a lot of us, unfortunately, I don't know what happened. I don't know what the glitch did, but there was a glitch, and now we have to practice what should have come natural, which is being ourselves, right? And not doing someone else's destiny, right? Which is a form of robbing God. Okay? Akaramura ajo ni sebangura prasaja jap, right? And this means who is beyond time. God who is beyond time, who is beyond birth and death, who is self-existent, right? Yes, who is existing as your own self. Jap means meditate on God's name. And so, what is God's name when you are revering, appreciating, or honoring yourself? You to honor God's name is to honor the name that you chose as God having your experience. Or to honor God's name is to honor whatever name you have given the cat that you appreciate in your life, the pet that you have appreciated in your life. If you give a name to a tree or just call a tree, you are honoring God's name because God is all, right? Aju such, jagaju such, hobby such, nanakahosis be such, right? That means that God was when time began and has been true for ages. God is still true and forever will be true. So before you were born, before you decided to be God having your own human experience, you was God having the human experiences of others. You was God having the experience of the elements like water, fire, and stuff like that. You have always been. And God is forever true. Nothing changes the fact that God is the only God, and that there is only God. So listen to the mantra and allow this mantra to bring you in touch with yourself, to ground you in the God having your own experience so that you are able to love and revere and appreciate and honor God as everything outside of yourself in the form of inclusion, knowing that you're not God all by yourself, but the whole body of God includes you and everything you experience in your life and everyone that you experience in your life.